What's good, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Girl, you cannot do this right now. You know I'm recording a video. When you hear that, get on. You know that. All right. So back to what I was saying. What's good with y'all? How y'all doing today? If y'all know who I am, I'm Mark. That means you new. Go check out my other videos, of course. You know what I'm saying? Of course, keep watching this. Keep watching this. Don't leave yet. All right. Just wait until. But this video's topic. And by the way, before I actually get into that, I want to apologize, all right, because I lied to y'all. I said I was going to do 2 in 1 day yesterday. I didn't. Wasn't feeling the greatest. I got busy at the end of the night too. All right, me and Bree had a bunch of shit to do for some odd ass reason. But I'm planning on doing 2 today. I'm here. I'm ready. Let's stop the chit chat and let's get into it. This video's topic: why I hate fudds. Now, before I go into exactly why I hate them, I'm going to go into what a FUD is so that way y'all can understand what I'm saying I hate, right? FUDs generally are older. They generally are. By the way, the name FUD comes from Elmer Fudd. All right, he's always hunting Bugs Bunny with his double barrel shotgun, But, as I was saying, they're generally older people who have a older mindset when it comes to firearms and the Second Amendment. They think that the 1911 is the best gun in the world. 2 world wars, they think it's the best gun in the world. They think double barrel shotguns are viable for home defense. They think the Second Amendment is solely based around hunting. All right, like when you ask them, "Hey, how do you feel about the Second Amendment?" They'll say, "Oh, I support the Second Amendment. I support the right to hunt." The fuck does hunting got to do with it, though? Tell me. Hunting got nothing to do with the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment doesn't mention the word hunt. Right? That's the truth of the matter. But it goes much further. Now, when I tell you they only believe in basically having low capacity weapons, as I mentioned before, 1911 double barrel shotgun. They're also fans of revolvers. They are they're almost always completely against rifles like AR-15s, AK-47s. Uh, I'm sure they're probably okay with rifles like M1 Garand, and I don't care what y'all say. I know it's Garand. I know, but I'm gonna say Garand. Uh, Probably the Mosin Nagant. Just overall, I'm sure they're okay with not as modern rifles. You know what I mean? But when it comes to even the slightest form of modern rifle, and you got to think about it, the AK platform was made back in the mid to late 40s. So you got to think about that. They still are against those. That's pretty damn old of a mindset to have about firearms, if you ask me. You know what I mean? Y'all got to remember, I'm somebody who's completely for firearms. I'm for owning machine guns. I'm for owning suppressors. I'm for owning short-barreled rifles, sawed-off shotguns. I'm for it all. Hell, when the NFA gets repealed, I'm gonna get me a Tommy. I promise y'all that. I'm for not, needing a permit to carry, which by the way, I'm probably gonna do a video on as well. Florida, it looks to be like we're gonna have constitutional carry sooner than later. It was introduced, if I'm not mistaken, but I'll go into that in another video. So, back to why I hate fudds. The Second Amendment, as I said before, nowhere has anything to do with hunting. Uh, they just the fact of the low capacity matter really annoys the hell out of me. Like if you get an AR-15, 30 round mag, right? Well, look at you. Now, what do you need all those rounds for? You don't need all those rounds to hunt. Who said these rounds are for hunting? I'm confused where they keep bringing up hunting, because they keep sitting there saying stuff like, "Oh yeah, well, you don't need this to hunt. I use this to hunt. This is my hunt." Well, who gives a damn about hunting? All right, like, look, I'm not against hunting. Let me rephrase that. I'm not gonna say who gives a damn about hunting, because I'm sure a lot of y'all like hunting. I'm sure of that. But when I say who gives a damn about hunting, I mean a great portion of the time people walk into gun stores. Excuse me. They are not going in there looking for a gun for hunting purposes. 9 times out of 10, they're not. They're looking for a gun for defensive purposes to defend themselves. You see what I mean? Uh, they they are infatuated with the 1911. Don't get me wrong, the 1911 is a gorgeous gun, especially for its time. It was awesome. Come on now. I already told y'all this in the 1911 review I did with Adam Kimber, 1911. Yeah, so as I was saying, they're infatuated with it. They think that the 1911 shooting 45 ACP, nothing is more powerful than that. That that can kill anything's soul. They have a very not based in reality, you know, thought process on firearms. I mean, look, as I said before, I like the 1911. They're beautiful guns, no doubt about that. They are finicky, but they are beautiful guns. They're a great piece of history. They are not the best at fucking all, just like a double barrel shotgun is not the best at all, just like M1 Garand is not the best at all. You see what I mean? It's they were all the best way back when, but that's what they grew up with because they tend to be some old ass people. And I got nothing against old people because I've seen some, like, I met some really cool old people. Like, I know this one old dude who's like, man, I want to own a tank and have like some, an active turret on it just if shit hits the fan. Oh yeah, I'm like, damn, that's hell, that's badass. But regardless, right? And now that I'm thinking about it, how are you gonna put a turret on a tank? I didn't think about it when he said that because I was pretty drunk. But long story short, all right, not all old people are fudds, but a great deal of them are. They have a very, way back when aspect when it comes to guns. They think you don't need all these rounds. They think, oh yeah, well, you can shoot this gun so quickly compared to these guns. And here's a simple matter of fact. Let's take, for example, right? Let's take the AR-15 and the M1 Garand, right? Let's say they had to shoot 8 shots. Which gun will be able to fire the shots faster? They're both semi-automatic. It has nothing to do with the guns. It has to do with the person pulling the trigger, if they got a fast finger or not. You know what I mean? It's just the simple matter of fact I'm getting at is fudds annoy the living shit out of me. I dealt with so many of them. Hell, you know what? I might even sit there and, yeah, fuck it, I will. I missed y'all. I'm in a good mood. I'll tell y'all a little story time about fudds as well, right? You might have heard something about this from Adam on his channel, but this is my perspective of it, right? So this was my first gun show, right? And, it was me, Adam, and Milani. I'm sitting there looking around. I'm like, maybe see if I can find a Glock 23. Just take a good look and feel on it. I know it's basically the same as a Glock 19 as far as the feel and everything, but I don't know. Me, I wanted to go look at the gun I was planning on getting next. And I of course didn't end up getting it. You know what I mean? I wish I got that fucking lucky. You know what I mean? That would have been fucking nice. But like the one Glock 23 I saw, it was a Gen 2, and dude wanted like $800 for it. I was like, yeah, bro, I'm good. But as I was getting at, right, we were doing some looking around, and we saw this one dude, who was talking with some other people, right, and he had an AR-10 out, like an original one. We were taking a look at it, and I was like, oh, that's fire. And I can't remember, I believe it was the AR-10. It might have been another gun, but he was like, oh, don't touch that. And we're like, Okay, bro, relax. Like he said it like real snappy, like, you know what I mean? Like we hadn't even said anything to this dude yet. You know, we're like, all right, bro. You know, he's like, look, my bad. There's a sign right here, and he just moves a bunch of shit around, and there's a sign, but it's just not in the place we would see, and it had some shit in front of it, basically. Like, but he did have a sign, so we gave him a pass. You know, we talked with him for a little bit, and then we just said, fuck it, let's just keep walking around. You know, it's a gun show. We ended up seeing another booth, right? And it had two old people in it. And something told me this wasn't going to be a good idea to go there, but I believe I was the one who was like, "Fuck it, let's just take a look, see what they got." Because I thought there's not going to be a problem with us just taking a look, right? Can't remember which gun it was for the life of me now because I've just been running around all day. But Adam took a look at one of their guns and it had an empty magazine in it. You know, so he pulled the slide back and it locked. And he was like, yeah, be careful, be careful. And I was like, oh, okay, what was I being rough? You know, looking at me and Melania, and we're like, no, dude, you didn't do anything wrong. What are you talking about? Be careful, man. You know. And he's like, oh well, you know, that's not your gun, and you know, you just got to be careful. And he's like, okay, but I wasn't doing anything rough to the gun. I just pulled the slide back. Well, that's not your gun. You know, when you pick up another man's gun, you got to ask first. And he's like, okay, I get that, but why do you have it out then if you didn't want people just, you know, taking a look at it? I mean, I don't have an issue asking, you know, but why didn't you just do that? And dude's sitting there just saying the same fucking thing. Well, when you pick up another man's gun, you gotta ask, you know. And Adam's like, okay, I get that. And at this point in time, I'm like, okay, fuck this shit. Start walking away, you know. And I wasn't even trying to walk away to be a dick to Adam and Melania, but I knew damn well if I had stayed there and heard everybody say the same damn thing for the fifth time, I might have teed off on the dude because I'm like, bro, you're talking to us like we're fucking retarded. And look, I'm okay with people talking shit about me. That you know that happens. That's life. But when someone is absolutely talking to me like I'm just stupid, I really don't like that. You're not going to be that disrespectful to me. Like I get, I don't present myself to be the smartest person in the world. I don't try to. Like I can present myself to be much more intelligent than I am. I'm a decently smart guy. I promise y'all that. I'm not the smartest in the room. I'm not the dumb. I mean, I guess I'm both because there's no one else in this room right now, technically. But I'm, you know, if I go into another room with people, I'm usually not the smartest, but I'm usually not the dumbest by any standards at all. You know what I mean? So sitting there, I'm like, fuck this. Start walking around. I walked around like two or three times. I walked around the whole gun show, looking around every booth two or three times. Like, granted, it wasn't a big gun show, so it maybe took like 15, 20 minutes, you know, to do it three times. But by the time I came back, Adam is still arguing with this dude. I'm like, all right, fuck this. I'm like, bro, come on, let's go, dog. You know, at that point, we did a little more looking around. I can't remember if I bought anything while I was at that gun show. I don't think I did. Did I? I buy some ammo or something? I don't think I did. But I think Adam bought like a cleaning mat. You know what I mean? But yeah. So it was. I'm not a big fan of fudds. You know, that was the entire point I was getting at. Is I get really annoyed by fudds. They tend to, you know, look at everyone who's younger like they're dumb. They tend to have a very outdated concept when it comes to firearms. They have a very not updated, outdated concept when it comes to the Second Amendment, especially. So you see what I mean? I'm not the biggest fucking fan of them for good reason. And I don't think there's anything that's going to change that. You know, people like, oh, fudds. By the way, another thing about fudds, they fucking hate Glocks. They hate Glocks. This little plastic toy. That's not like get the fuck out of here. That this little plastic toy got over twice the capacity your 1911 got, and it's still lighter. Come on now, quit playing with me. But something y'all haven't heard yet today. Y'all make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that bell. When you hit that bell, hit all. Since you're hitting all, you're saying, fuck it, you're doing it all. Go ahead and check out the podcast channel. Check out Adam's channel. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I'm going to go ahead and tag both the channels in the description below. Y'all stay legal. Y'all stay safe. Y'all stay dangerous. And have a good one. Peace.